Now we're transitioning. Bring your hands to your knees, tuck your toes under, and come into a standing forward fold at the back of your mat. And we're going to do an experiment. So say you need blocks here. You can grab your blocks. Anytime we change the angles in the body, we're going to change kind of what we're opening or working or stretching. So this is a classic forward fold. You're flexing your spine. You're opening up your hamstrings and your calves. Now, a lot of you have been taught to bend your knees all the time in this pose. Yes, that will take some work out of the lower back if that's a thing for you. However, if you always practice this with bent knees, you're not getting the hamstring calf opening, which may be the culprit of your lower back. So I'd rather have you elevate yourself rather than bend your knees in general. Now here's the experiment. Move your blocks out of your way. I want you to come into the smallest down dog you can imagine. Walk your hands forward. Good. So small that your heels are basically still rooted down. Good, Laura. So really back it up, Laura, I think. Yeah, because I know it doesn't you may not feel it because you're so flexible, but back it up. So here we are. Your shoulders are in flexion. You're getting all the benefits of a big down dog. You're just not putting yourself up against it. The thing about a short down dog, just as a thing for you to experiment with once in a while, is that you might be able to lift your toes up. Good, Michelle. And if you lift your toes up for a few breaths, you might notice that you get a little more opening through your hamstrings and calves. Good, Marcia. Now, I like to say this, and I mean it. Even if your toes don't come up, if you think about them coming up, it will change how the pose feels. And this is a great way to hold a pose that often is too hard to hold for a lot of us for a little bit longer, so you get the strength benefit of it. Now let your toes relax, and if you're saying, well, I don't want to go any further, then stay where you are. If you want to come walk your hands further out now to what feels like your more regular down dog, then walk your hands further out. Just see if it feels better or not. It's not even about better. It's just you're going to get different openings along the way. And if you walked out to down dogs, you're feeling good today, you think, oh, I should always do down dog like this. And after a few breaths, you notice that your wrists are bothering you, your shoulders are bothering you. You can back it up and come in a couple inches and do another variation of your down dog. Now, in any of your dog positions, we can go back to the calf idea, bend one knee. So you're always getting calves in down dog, but if you take one leg out of it, usually you'll be more aware of how much you can open the other side. Change, bend the other knee. Both heels down, walk yourself back. Bring your feet a little wider, turn your feet out, and drop your hips down for, I can't remember what the name of this pose is. It's leaving me right now. We'll call it a squat. This is another way to practice the Baddha Konasana idea. Malasana, thank you. Just came in. So this is a way to practice that same opening of the inner thighs, stretching the buttocks, but we're not lying down and we're not seated. So because I'm not seated, I have more freedom. That's seated poses are always a little challenging because you have no freedom. However, you can slide a block underneath your tush to make it more sustainable. Okay? So, since a lot of you just go right there because you know that. Let me give you options for the upper body. You can fold forward. This is your cat pose idea. And this is what you would be doing in Baddha Konasana seated. So ultimately, when we get there, you're folding forward. So now you're getting the benefit of folding forward. You can even hold the back of your head and give yourself a little more traction here. You can also practice more of a cow pose idea by using your elbows against your thighs and lifting your chest up. So these are all different ways to work with your spine. Or you can do a twist, reaching your left arm down outside of your leg and your right arm up. And in this position, I can use my arm also to open the inner thigh of my left leg. And the sneaky thing is, I'm having you stay in this deep hip opener by giving you lots of different things for the arms. If you're doing the twist, second side, and sometimes if you give your body some different variations while you're holding the lower body in one position, it doesn't feel quite so challenging. Come back through center. Turn your feet forward, come back into forward fold. Bring your hands above your knees. Inhale, lift your spine up, half lift, and then do bend your knees. So you're in a supported variation of half lift. As you inhale, arch your back, look up. As you exhale, round your spine. Back to cat-cow idea. Inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, round your spine. And now we don't have to worry about arms or wrists. We're just focusing on the spine. 2 more. Come into what feels like a neutral spine, but keep your knees bent. Sweep your arms out to the side and rise all the way up. Good. Perfect. Hands to heart. Come to the middle of your mat and take a wide stance. So the wider, for a lot of us, the more challenging, but not necessarily. Sometimes if you're super flexible, working less flexibility is more challenging. Like for me, it's easy to go wide, harder to stay a little in. So you just play around with your feet placement, and it can change throughout. So one thing we haven't done is any side folding. Take your left arm up, walk your right fingers down. Legs are straight. Good, Laura. Good, Barbette. Nice, Sid. I haven't given you any change in the foot, which makes this a little more accessible idea of triangle. If it feels like you can go deeper, let your right hand come down a little further, otherwise hold. Good, Paula. Press into your left foot, inhale, rise up. Right arm to the sky, tailbone heavy. Walk your left fingers down. So sometimes you come into a pose, sometimes you come into a pose, and after about 3 or 4 breaths, you realize I can go a little deeper without it feeling like I'm doing any major damage, which is not yoga. Major damage should not be in the yoga vocab. Press into your right foot, come all the way up. Good, hands to your hips. Turn your left foot in and turn your right foot out. You're coming into a variation of Warrior One. Good. Reach your arms all the way up. Cactus your arms, exhale. Lift your heart. So I am giving you a back bend in the pose. The pose has a little bit of a back bend in it, has a little bit of a twist, but the back bend can help you to open up the front of your left hip. Now, if it feels too hard, Angle your body forward. It'll be less back bend, less front hip, but it might be better for your lower back. Or stay in the pose, squeeze your left buttock in and see if that helps you support your lower back. Once you've got all of those ideas, turn your chest as far to the right as you can. Take a breath in, get longer anywhere that makes sense. And exhale, see if you can twist a little more to the right. Release your arms. Inhale, straighten both arms and your front leg. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Turn your chest open. Okay, so this is the most backed up variation of triangle pose. I'm just turning open. I didn't really change my legs. If you want to go deeper, bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee, left arm up. And deeper still, bringing your right hand below your knee or even to your ankle. Nice, Paula. Now the full form of the pose has that extension of the arm, which usually isn't taught. Left arm comes all the way up and over. Gorgeous, Frank. Turning your chest open. Imagine someone's lightly pulling the middle left finger over, away, and you're anchoring your left hip down through your left foot. So you're stretching in two opposite directions. Really good. Slide your left hand, good Michelle, back to your hip. Bend your right knee. I'm just giving us a stronger release, a safer release. Come back up. Turn both feet forward. Reach your left arm up, right arm over, back to the lateral expression of this neutral triangle pose. See if it feels any different. Rising up, second side, not holding as long on this side. Just checking in with the body. Come back through center, hands to hips. Good, Jackie. Turn your right foot in, turn your left leg out. Warrior one. If you need to move your feet around, do. I'm not really talking about that today. Cactus your arms. Lift your heart up. If this doesn't feel good, lean a little forward, angle forward, or squeeze your right buttock in. See if that helps you sustain the pose. Now, on your next exhale, turn your chest a little more to the left. And on one more exhale, see if you can turn a little further. Reach both arms to the sky, hands to the heart, straighten your front leg, turn your chest open. This is the softest triangle pose. What I like about this variation is it doesn't tend to get into the lower back sacroiliac area, so it's a little easier on that part of your body. If you want to go deeper, left hand just to the inside of your left knee, not too steep of an angle, or below the knee as far down as you want to go. Energize your left foot by pressing it down and forward. Great. And then your top arm can reach up and over for a deeper side body stretch. If that feels good, awesome. Imagine someone's lightly taking your whole right arm and pulling it further forward. On your next inhale, sweep your right arm to your hip. Bend your left knee so you got a little more power underneath you to rise up. Both feet forward. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold with hands to the floor for support. This is a multitasker. We're opening the calves and the hamstrings. We're opening them from a different angle than we have before. And if you want to add shoulders into this, reach your arms your hands either to your hips and draw your shoulders back, or interlace your right hand, left hand, and reach up and over. These are all variations of Prasarada Padottanasana. Now, if you're super flexible, your head easily makes it to the floor, this is one of those that you may want to actually bring your feet in a little bit more rather than staying wide so you can get into other parts of your hamstrings. If you have the clasp, release your hands back down to the floor. Walk forward with your hands. You're into another variation of down dog, which does not require as much upper body work. Those of you who need more work, you're turning to a regular down dog. You'll take plank to chaturanga, to cobra, to up dog, back to down dog 2 times. The rest of us will stay in this modified variation with the feet wide, the arms forward, lifting the hips high, long spine. This is also still an inversion. It's a little more opening for the shoulders than bringing your hands close to your feet. Those of you flowing, when you've done your 2 rounds, you'll meet us back in this variation of down dog. Those of you in this variation of down dog, after being here for a minute, you might notice how much work your shoulders and arms are actually doing to sustain what would normally be called a modified pose. Those of us in the dog pose, walk back, bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs, and then come all the way up. Good. Heels out, toes in. Exhale, goddess squat. Gorgeous, Laura. This is another variation of the idea of Baddha Konasana, even though it doesn't look like that. Interlace your hands, reach your arms overhead, stretch your spine long. Thighs are widening back, tailbone is heavy. Now I can also challenge the balance and work my calf muscles by lifting my heels. And working the calf muscles may be counterintuitive if they tend to be tight, but if they're strong, they'll be more supple. And we're also giving ourselves some balance work. Good, Paula. Good, Barbette, really good. Rise all the way up, hands to hips, feet forward, back to Prasarada Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold, hands to the floor, hands to hips if you want a little more shoulder opening, or left hand, right hand, more shoulder opening still. We're here for about 5 or 6 breaths. And then we're walking it back out to this variation of down dog, or you're flowing a few times. Now, those of us in the variation of down dog, take 2 or 3 more breaths here, and then we're going to come back to another idea. You'll walk your hands back so you're in more of a tabletop, and we're coming back to a twist. Right arm to the sky. You can also bring your right arm behind your back for a little extra shoulder opening. I'm pushing my left hand down and lifting out of it. So there's a little work here for the left side of your body, and the left arm in particular. Deep breath in. Exhale, unwind, second side. Great. So one of the added benefits of doing things in a modified way is that was a pretty long series of inverting. If I said, take a headstand, take a handstand, most of us would only be able to sustain that for 30 seconds or so. So we've been inverting pretty much for probably close to 5 minutes. Deep breath in, full breath out, come back through center, walk your feet in, bend your knees, hands to your legs, come all the way up.